Okay, let's see. Okay. Hey there, you guys. I'm so excited about this talk today, y'all. Y'all have no idea. This is going to be good. So before we even get started, as you all see, I'm getting my stuff together so I can be able to share on my personal page. Before we get started, you go ahead and hit that share button because this is definitely a conversation that needs to be had. And I'm excited to have one of my really good friends on here. So it's gonna be good.
That it will be.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay, let's share on my personal page too.
You can hear me good, huh?
I can, it's perfect.
Good.
It is perfect. So we're going to do here now. Boom. All right. Hey, I see some people joining already. Thank y'all for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. As I said before, this is going to be very good. So you want to make sure you go ahead and hit that share button already. Share with some other people. Tell them to come in and join the conversation. Absolutely necessary. Today's talk is all about making sure that we talk about why our vote matters. And I know it takes a moment for people to get on, so I'm just giving you the opportunity to join while before we get started. Yes, watch party. Here we go. Okay, give me a swig of water before we get started.
Go ahead, get it going.
Listen, I'm so excited that you are doing this in your store because it shows exactly who you are. You know, we've talked about, like you being a businessman, and it's like seeing you in the element is absolutely perfect. Hey, son, Creed, I need you to take that down a few notches, okay?
Just a little bit.
See, y'all, see, this is what I got to deal with.
Just a little bit.
We had a whole talk before it started, and he still come in to make his presence known.
I can definitely relate.
Right? Toddlers think they run it all. All right. Hey, Ricky, I'm so happy you are on, my friend. Yes. Ricky say, now you know I had to tune in for this. Yes, yes, yes. Listen, this is going to be so good. Like I said before we even get started, y'all go ahead and hit that share button because we are talking about something that is so important. And knowing that we only have 5 days until Election Day, I felt that it was so important for us to talk about why our vote matters. Why it is important for you to voice your opinion through your vote. Okay? Ricky says, much love, classmates. So happy and proud to know both of y'all. Oh, I'm proud to know you, boo. Yes. They have some good people that came out of our class. I'm just saying.
Yes, they did. 99.
Yes, 90. They ain't no class like 99. I'm just saying, okay, get off of it. But, it's so important for us to have this conversation about why our vote matters, why it's important for us to vote. And because we hear so much about, the negatives about my vote don't matter, where it don't matter, and all of that, it's time for us to debunk that. And it's most important that we talk about this in our community. So that's the reason why I'm so excited to have not only a friend of mine, as you hear, we are classmates, known him majority of my life, but he's also a candidate that's running. So I felt it was important for him to come on and be able to voice why it's important for you to vote. So Rashad Harris, welcome! Welcome, 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 welcome. Yes. So now, Rashad, I've already stated in the beginning how I'm so excited that you're actually in your place of business. But why don't you tell people who you are, what you do, and then we'll go into the Q&A.
Gotcha. Well, my name is Rashad Harris. I'm a proud graduate of class of '99, Lincoln High School. So,
Yes.
as you know, Bumblebee, I bleed purple and gold, and
Yes.
uh, I am a business owner. Uh, I have a business called RAAH Clothing. Actually, I've been in business for a little bit over 20 years, and it started off in a little bit after I graduated. I would say probably my late 19-year age. We started with a store called CNR Unlimited, which was me and a former class, one of my other
Yeah.
classmates, which is my cousin Corey. Uh, we had a store that we called CNR Unlimited. So, kind of fast forward a little bit, we had that store for a nice long run.
Yeah.
And and then after a while we kind of just, he moved and, we kind of just, split that whole thing up. But I kept it going, so I still had a little more passion for it. And that's when I came up with RAAH Clothing. And that's where I'm at right now, one of my locations, which is in Port Arthur, Texas, and I'm in Central Mall actually at work. So
Yes.
that's not
Yes.
a portrait
Yes.
in the
Yes.
background. That is a portrait of
Yeah, it's not a fake zoom in background. Listen, he in his store, y'all.
yes, so that's
Handling
not
business.
background. But for the most part, I enjoy what I do, and I've been doing it for a long time, man. So and most of you that know me know that I've been doing, having my business for a long time. So that's pretty much, what I do.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, Herschel, we see you, girl. How you doing? Thanks for joining. She was saying hey to both of us, so I wanted to make sure I said hey back to her. But so anyway, I absolutely love it. Hey, Tiffany, I see you too, boo. I see y'all all on here. I appreciate your support. So, I absolutely love that you're in your place of business. I know that one of the biggest things that you talk about is, being an entrepreneur and knowing how to do it successfully because you've done it for over 20 years. So that to me is just completely phenomenal. Oh, all the classmates are on. Hey, Jessica, thank you. We appreciate you.
That's what we
Yes.
do. That's what we do.
Yes, we support one another. I love it. Okay. I love that you're in your element and then we're having this conversation because we're in a time right now where expressing your vote is so important. And when I think about that, and I'm like, I have a classmate that's running for office, for a local office. Why would I not have him come on and be able to talk about why voting matters? So tell the people a little bit about the position that you're running for. I know that's not what we're on here to do, but just so they can know you wanting to
Right.
be more involved in the community. Tell them what you're running for.
Well, I'm actually currently running for position 7, citywide at large position, and basically what that is, that's for some of you guys that don't know, you can actually vote for your actual district, and then you can also vote for a city at large position, which is what I'm running for, position 7. So a lot of people get misconstrued when you say, "Oh, can you vote for me?" And then the good thing is you don't have to ask what district. You can vote for your district and you can vote at large. So that's the one of the main reasons why I knew that I wanted to go for an at large position. I just feel like I can reach so many more people
Yeah.
being at large as opposed to being in confining myself to one district. So
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons why I wanted to go for the at large position, position 7.
Right. I absolutely love that. Hey, listen, all the classmates are really coming on. Listen, I appreciate y'all. Hey, Tiny, how are you? I'm just seeing them all saying hey, so I need to make sure I say hey back to them. But I actually absolutely appreciate that, because one of the things that I have known about you for all of our lives, that you don't just talk about it. You are about being about the change. And I even remember when I was living away, and I would, every time I would come home to visit, I would always go by Rashad's store just to say hey, simply because, I mean, we've known each other forever. Why wouldn't I, right? So I would
Yeah.
just go by and say hey, and you was the main one. Every time I was like, child, I'm not coming back to Port Arthur. And you'd be like, why not?
Let me tell you.
Listen, let me tell you. And he always had such, you've always had such a positive regard for your city, for knowing, okay, this is where we're from, and if you want to see something different, do something different. And I respected that about you, like always. I thought that that was so phenomenal, and you're a person who's not just talking about it, you live it day in and day out. So then to say, you know what, I want to make a change in my community, I don't like the way things are going, stepping into this, running for this position, I felt like was phenomenal as well. So let me just take the moment to take my hat off and say congrats to you. And I truly appreciate the work that you do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, let's go into some things. When we're talking about and thinking about people saying that their vote doesn't matter, and, that's something that really bothers me. And when I think about you, Rashad, like, although you're running for a specific position, watching the news last night, and one of the things that you said when you were being interviewed, because you're giving people a ride to the polls, which I think is phenomenal, by the way. But one of the things that you said was, it's not about them voting for me. I don't care if they vote for me or not, but I do want to make sure that I make a way for them to vote, because voting is what's most important. Voicing your opinion through your vote. To me, that showed such selflessness, and how you are truly about the people and making sure that the people have the opportunity to vote whichever way they choose, but know that it's important for them to vote. Why did you feel it was so important to, number one, state that, and number two, for people to actually get out and vote?
Well, we have to think about it. When it's different times right now. Like we have local governments that we're dealing with, and then we also have this presidential situation that we have going on. And if we just sit back and just let everything unfold without us trying to make a change, then we shouldn't have a reason to cry about anything if
Come
we're not
on.
out there trying to make a change.
Right.
So I feel that, while I'm here, I'm blessed, I'm healthy, I'm in the city, and I see what's going on in my city. And I just feel like it would be, I don't want it to be one of them I coulda, shoulda, woulda type of
Right.
situations.
Yeah.
If I should have did something about it, now is the time. I just feel like now is the time for me to do something. Win, lose, or draw.
Right.
So it's right now is the time. Like I said, it's because not just because local, but also presidential.
Mm-hmm.
We everybody knows what's going on with the presidential race.
Mm-hmm.
And believe it or not, what goes on Tuesday, which is November the 3rd, this can change our lives drastically.
Right.
If we don't step out and do something to make a change or to be a change. So, you know, your vote does matter.
Mm-hmm.
One vote does make a difference. So and that's what, that was the whole purpose of me doing a party bus to the polls.
Mm-hmm.
It's you have to understand that we can't sit up here and just let this whole thing unfold and not us do nothing. So I basically took the initiative and said, you know what? While I'm out here, I'm thinking of all different things. Why not get a bus, bring people to the polls? That way, if they can say, I don't have a ride or I didn't have a
No
ride,
excuses.
no
Right.
excuses.
Right.
Ricky said it. Ricky said it. I've been said it. Ricky just put it out there.
Yeah.
So no excuses. So it can't be with the time. I specifically put a time where I'm going, a date where I'm going. It's up to you to get to where I'm at or be where that bus at.
Right.
So it's really up to you. So I just feel like, the time is now, and that's why I stepped in and running for the position that I'm running for, and taking the initiative and doing this bus journey.
Yeah. And you know what I really love, Rashad? Like, hey, Sandra. I see more people join. Listen, you know I'm going to keep on speaking to people. Hey,
That's
Sandra.
good.
Hey,
Tell them I
Kendra.
said
Hey,
hi too.
classmates. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, back to the point. So, the thing that I really loved, like, even one of the members that were on the bus, and she even spoke about it on the news. She said she had been saying that she was going to go vote, but she didn't. But when she saw the party bus, she was like, you know what? I've been making excuses this whole time. I have not gone vote. I don't have a reason. Let me get on the bus and go. It kind of, initiated something inside of her because she had a vehicle, but she just hadn't had the opportunity, or she made excuses to not go. And so this alleviated the excuse because we were bold enough in asking, have you voted?
We made it convenient.
Right.
We
Made
made
it
it convenient
convenient.
for you.
Yes. Yes,
Save
yes,
your
yes.
gas. Save your gas. Get on the bus.
Right.
It's gas money. So
And then it was a bus. It's a bus that's decked out. I mean, who don't want to be on there?
we got TV on there,
Right. The
cable,
best of the
whatever you want
best.
on there.
The best of the best. I absolutely love it. Hey, Patsy. Hey, Carolyn. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, all y'all. Thanks for joining. Hey, Tanisha. So, I thought that was a really great initiative, number one. I really appreciate that. And I was able to see myself how it really alleviated excuses. And we had someone that even talked about it that said how that took the excuse away. I don't have no excuse now. I mean, he willing to take me there? Why
Come
not?
on.
Right? Not a Uber, not a taxi, not being squashed by a party bus. Ricky's silly. I'm reading what he said. But yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So now we're thinking about what's going on right now. When we hear, that it's not just a presidential election right now, you guys. There's also the local election. Why do you feel it's so important for people to vote on the local election, on the local level?
Well, first off, on a local level, you have to think, where do I live? How are things going where I live?
Mm,
Am I happy about what's going on where I live? So
mm,
locally, pretty much it affects you directly
yeah.
because you're living in this community. So whatever goes on in this community, if you're not voting, it's affecting you now. So
Yes.
there's no it is affecting you right now. So, and then you want to know, living in you want to know where your tax dollars
Are
is going,
going. Come on,
how they're
somebody.
being used, what it's being used for, and they need to have documentation, a paper trail as to where all this stuff is going.
Yes.
So, and that's, like I said, that's another reason as to why I'm doing what I'm doing, because paper trail, I do that. I have to have a paper trail.
Yeah.
So this is nothing new to me. So, and I just feel like you have to be more transparent, more upfront with the community, more upfront with the people. You don't, I'm just tired of hearing the same old tune. You know, uh, last minute this, last minute that. You need to be upfront with people. Let these people know what's going on in their community. That way, whenever you have to spend that tax dollar that's coming from people, at least they won't be upset about it. At least they'll know, okay, this is why this is happening, and this is where this tax dollar is going.
Yeah.
So I just feel like they have to be, you have to be you have to be more transparent. On a local level, with it being locally, it affects you directly.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
that's just how I feel about it.
And Rashad, I'm so happy that you said that because I feel like that's the piece that's missing. So many people, and I'm speaking from people I've had conversations with, and they're completely clueless. So many people don't recognize how your vote locally affects you directly. It affects
Hmm.
you directly. We just think about the president, but There are sheriffs, there are the senates, there, like the House of Representatives, all these things locally. You want to know who's in your city, your mayor, your council, all of
Yeah.
that affects you directly. And
Right.
whoever you have in office, you want to make sure that you actually can trust them to do the things that's in the best interest of the city, not
Right.
for themselves.
Not about itself.
It's
City
not about
first.
self. You cannot be in that position thinking about
Not at
you.
all.
Okay?
Not at all.
So it's so important for us to know that. And hold on, because we have somebody on YouTube. You need to go away. We're going to just go ahead and block you. Send in something that's completely inappropriate. So block user. That's the beauty of social media, y'all. I'm telling y'all. We talk about the negatives, but I'm going to go ahead and say the beauty too. This fool's sending some stuff that ain't got nothing to do with voting. Y'all don't want to know what he said, but I took it off my page. Let's go to what Ricky said. Ricky said, educate us. Most people don't value who they are, let alone where they live. Come on, Ricky. So they don't see the value in the vote. So thank y'all. You are very welcome. And that is so very true. We have to change the mindset though. And when I go back to the conversations
Yes.
Rashad and I would have back in the day, he was challenging me on changing the mindset.
Right.
With everything I was
Right.
doing, I was living in New York at the time, I believe, and you were still challenging me. It didn't matter
Was
the amount of money I was making, all of that. Still, the mindset. He challenged me on the mindset about being able to see your importance in where you are in your community. And that is so important for us all. So I appreciate, Ricky, you stating that, because that's exactly what it is. Sometimes we just need to be educated and knowing how to value ourselves so you can then value where you live. And if you want to see something different, you will get your butt out there and vote.
There you go. Do something about it.
Do something about it. Hey, Shakisha, I see you say hey. She said, way to go. Hey, Jacqueline. Hey, Antoinette. Hey, Jeremiah. Hey, Black. They all on here. We appreciate them. Calling them by nicknames. Hey, Kevin, how are you doing today? Let me change that. All right. So I love how you said that. Now that we've talked about why it's important for people to vote on a local level, what do we say to those people that say, my vote don't matter anyway? What would you say to them?
Your vote does matter. You need to erase that out your mind frame
Come
because
on.
at the end of the day, if you're doing more hurt by not voting than just letting the vote just go away.
Yeah.
So you really don't need to say nothing. For those who not voting and thinking that's a bright idea, oh, I'm not voting because this president, I don't like this one, I don't like neither one of them. Find the good in one of them.
Right.
Find the good in one of them, and and make that vote count because this only come around so often. Every 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So in 4 years this won't happen again. So
Mm-hmm.
when it comes in, you have to make sure that you make that vote count. Your everybody count. Everybody vote does matter because as we stated, your vote not only presidential, you named it, state senators, judges, sheriffs, and school board. All this stuff right here is affiliation with a vote,
Yeah.
and that vote that brings in all that.
Yeah.
Not just presidential, it brings in all that also. The sheriffs and all of the people that you named, that's all in cahoots all
Right.
together.
Together. And when thinking about, look at us, you know what I'm saying? Our brown people, black and brown people, especially, we complain about certain things that may be going on systematically. Well, you have the power to change it. And one of those things, like the powers that you possess, is in your vote. So you don't like who you see in certain offices, you don't like what's going on a local level, you don't like those things, get out there, find out who's in office, find out what they're doing, find out about the candidates, the new candidates that are coming in, and then vote for who you feel is going to be best for the city. Not the people I've known, or they've been there forever, so we just gonna keep them. It's not about that. What's
I,
best?
I, not by popularity.
It's not
That
about
ain't gonna cut
popularity
it.
at all.
Popularity sometimes doesn't always work.
Come on.
So you can't go based off of you know oh, because I know this person. Oh, because don't, even myself, don't do it just because, do it because of what you know and you feel the person would do that's going to be right by the citizens and by the city. Whatever, local, world
Yeah.
presidential, you have to take all that stuff into consideration. Because if you don't, then
Creed.
you really won't have a say. You really won't have a say at all.
Creed want to
At
make
all. So
his vote matter by saying
yeah,
something on this
he
live.
gonna make it matter. Better
Right?
make it matter as soon as he hit 18.
Right. Jeremiah said, hello, y'all looking good. Thanks, Jeremiah. Jessica says, exactly, make an educated vote. That is the most important thing. Listen, so many people vote because they are uneducated about certain things, so they just say, oh, well, they told me to vote for them, so I did. But do
No,
you know what they stand for? Did you do your due diligence in finding out more about their value system? Review their past, their work history, sir. Thank you. He say, oops, I'm going to be quiet. Review their work history. It's so important to look at a person's, past, present, and where they can take you into the future. That's the most important thing when we're thinking about voting on a local level. Because you have to be educated in why you vote for who you vote for. Don't just vote because they tell you to. And the one thing that I absolutely loved about Rashad, and he's still saying it today, y'all, it's not about you voting for him. He wants you to make a wise decision. And if that is him, wonderful. But like he said, win, lose, or draw, go make the vote.
that's it. That's it.
That's it.
Life goes on.
It
You know,
does.
I'm trying to vote. I want to be the motivation for all of us.
Yeah.
Like I said, win, lose, or draw. If I win it, great. If
Yeah.
I lose it, great. I mean, I'm not gonna cry. I'm still gonna go back to work
Still making a
and
change.
still do what I was doing. Still gonna make a change. I'm still gonna be involved in anything dealing with community. Whenever I had a time, I'll make a way forward. And I just feel like it's our time,
Yeah.
not my time, but our time.
Hours. Keyword.
It's our time.
Come
So
on.
for us to somebody to step up that's in the city.
Yeah.
So that way when you come back to the city, at least you can hopefully see some changes in the city.
Yeah.
So I just feel like it just need to be a change, period. Because we've been hearing the same old tune for so long, and it's just time for a change. It's time to let somebody else you know get in here and see what they can do instead of the same old tune. They gonna keep making these false promises, and ain't nothing changed. So when we was younger, I mean, it was in school. We had a few things we can do in the city.
Yeah.
Now
Now
it's
there's
nothing.
nothing.
So it's nothing really you can do. A
Yeah.
lot of that has to do now currently with COVID, but before COVID,
Even
it
prior
was
to.
still
Yeah.
nothing too much that we can do. So that's the main reason why it's important to vote. Local local voting,
Hmm.
presidential voting. I mean, if you want to make a difference, if you want to see some change, hear the candidates out.
Yeah.
See what they talking about. If they not talking about what you want to hear, to immediately X that person out.
Come on.
So
Keep moving.
if they talking about something that you can relate to and that'll affect you directly, then you know who you need to be going with.
Right.
So and that's basically what I'm about. So
Hmm.
I'm a doer. So I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna do it. So if I can't do it, I know how to step out of there.
Right.
Uh, hey, I thought I was the fit. I ain't the fit. I gave it a shot. I'm not gonna keep prolonging the citizens. I'm not
Hmm.
gonna drag us further. If I can't push us forward, I'm not gonna do nothing at all.
Come on. That was.
So
See, not. Now y'all see why I love some Rashad. He just. That was wonderful, sir. Wonderful. No, seriously, I'm silly,
Ah,
y'all, but I'm being so serious. That was wonderful. Hey, Alicia, I see you. Hey, Willie. Hey, Johnny. I see all of y'all. Hey, Trinola. Thank y'all for joining. But yeah, I think that that was perfectly stated. Perfectly stated. Now, as we come to a close, before we hang up, you guys, if you have any questions for Rashad or myself, go ahead and put them in the chat bar. I'm going to give Rashad the opportunity to ask me a question because anytime that we are
you know, at that time. At that time.
anytime that I have a guest on, I give them the opportunity to ask me a question about anything. Oh, thanks, Kendra. She says she loved these Thursday vibes. Yes, it's wonderful. Okay, so Rashad, do you have a question for me?
I really don't. I really gotta. I'm gonna say I like to continue to motivate you, like I've been doing for years past. So I thought I had a question that I wanted to ask you, but I changed my mind
Okay,
because I like what you're doing. So I want to just continue to motivate you and encourage you to keep doing what you're doing. And you can't stop. That's
yeah,
the problem. We when we get in with things, we like to start something and then we stop when we don't see it going the way we want it to go.
yeah,
But keep pushing. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Keep pushing. A lot of people. I'm saying it just from. I'm gonna use me as an example because I'm in it. Example, COVID.
yeah,
People closing, shutting down everything left and right. You still here, and so am I.
yeah.
So we making a way. We making adjustments on the fly as we go. So my there's no question. My motivation to you is keep pushing. My motivation to all of y'all, keep pushing. Whatever you're doing, keep pushing. Don't let nobody sidetrack us. Let's keep going. Let's keep motivating one another, and let's just keep pushing, man. That's what I want to do.
He talking about he win.
I want to motivate him too. Keep going, man.
I'm gonna motivate, send him to your house. That's what I want to motivate and do. Tell Alexis he.
Yeah,
But yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I truly
no
appreciate that,
problem.
and it's always that way. That's why I'm such a huge fan of yours and supporter of yours. So thank you, thank you, thank you,
Vice
thank you,
versa. Vice
thank you.
versa.
Yes. So as we come to a close, what they laughing at Creed in the back? Don't be laughing at him. Listen, he got to make his presence known
We trying to
because
motivate him too.
right, we motivating him to win whatever game he playing right now. But so, as we come to a close, what's the one thing that you would want people to walk away from? Because we talked a lot about the importance of voting. What's that one thing you want them to walk away from, and that's going to stick with them to make sure that they carry their butts to the polls?
Well, the one thing I want you to is vote.
Yeah.
If you haven't voted, get out there and vote, man. It's you know, like your life depend on it because it will. It affects you from a local standpoint, presidential standpoint. So my word to everybody is get out and vote
Come
because
on. Get
last day
out and
of
vote.
early voting is tomorrow,
Yes.
7 in the morning, 7 in the afternoon, 7 p.m.
Yeah.
That's the last day of early voting tomorrow. The next day to vote is the election day, which is November the 3rd.
Yeah.
You don't want to go up in there
For
November 3rd.
real.
You want
Listen.
to go up in there right now, get it out the way. That way you don't have to deal with no big crowd for November 3rd. Because if you think you're discouraged now, you
You gonna
really
see
going to
that
be discouraged.
line, and y'all know we dealing with COVID situation. You gonna want to walk away. No, you can't walk away. Go
Get to
vote.
them, hey, get to them polls early. I'm out there. The
Yeah.
earlier the better, because there's nobody really at the polls that early like that. But tomorrow I can't really say. But from as of late, the earlier the better.
Yeah.
So my word, go vote.
Yes. Go vote, y'all. Go vote. Even Creed talking about go vote. I don't know if that's what he really saying, but he's saying something, y'all. But thank you, Rashad, for coming on. I truly appreciate you. I appreciate all of the gems that you dropped with us and being able to share and educate everyone that's watching. If you came on late, go back and watch the replay because there was some really great conversation on why it's important for you to go and vote. Okay? Rashad is in his store Most people already know, but if you don't know, he has a location in Central Mall. He has one in Beaumont. And if you're in Louisiana, you could go shop there too. All right. So thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Support my friend. Support him.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Y'all have a great night. Bye, y'all.